Welcome to the Data channel where we discuss software optimization strategies. My name is Chris van der Zwan, and in today's video we're talking about how to optimize your Power Apps licenses. So we will zoom into your actual usage, how to license, what are the different licensing options for Power Apps, and what is your most cost-effective way to license them. To understand how to optimize your cost for Power Apps, you need to understand how the different licensing options look like, what the costs are, and how and what your current usage is. In this video, we will deep dive into these three areas. Note that due to the high complexity of the various licensing options, we will only zoom into Power Apps, not the whole Power Platform stack. That also means that we don't cover data capacity in this video, but we will do in another video next week and a week after, where we also will cover the Power Automate licensing. So what are the different licensing options for Power Apps? So you have, let's say, 5 different options, right? So first of all, if you want to have access to all features of Power Apps, then you look into a per user based licensing model, and these user based licenses come in 3 different options. Power Apps Premium, what is a per user license and gives you unlimited apps and pages. Power Apps per app plan, per user per app, will give you 1 app access or 1 page access. And you have the Power Apps pay as you go option, which also is a per user model, but we call it a per active user model because you only pay for that specific user when he or she really accessed the Power App or pages. And that comes with a pay as you go per user per app per month plan. Then you have the built-in rights for Power Apps, Power Automate functions for Dynamics 365, Microsoft 365 and Office 365. And these are limited to this specific capabilities and environment. So if you want to build a Power App for your Microsoft 365 environment, you're more than able and capable to do that with the built-in app, as long as you're not using any premium connectors or premium features. A comparison you will find here and on our blog and our websites for a full comparison on what limitations do you have in the built-in apps and what are the extra rights within the Power Apps full licenses. Power Pages. So what is Power Pages? Power Pages is a comprehensive website building and hosting platform that empowers customers to build low-code, scalable and secure business-centric websites. So it offers pre-built templates and tools to govern and administer live sites. Power Page licensing is a capacity-based offer, and it offers 2 types of capacity-based per user type license. So you have 2 options. So you're licensing an authenticated user, which is a per user model and works on a login base. So if you have a portal and website where somebody is having to log in, then you can count the number of users, and you can use the authenticated user model as a licensing option. The second one is also a per user model, and we look to anonymous users. If a website is global or Power App, and in that website is a global available, then it is harder to count, and then you license the anonymous number of users visiting that page. Microsoft will count that based on the cookies and see how many users have visiting that page. So the second step before you're able to optimize your license state is to get a better understanding on your current usage. Microsoft has created an admin center specific for Power Platform. Here you can allocate licenses to specific users and manage your usage and licenses. So to manage and monitor your active and inactive users, you can go to Billing, licenses, and then choose your environment. And in the analytics section, you are able to go a little bit more in depth and analyze the current usage across the different apps and determine the number of users. So how to optimize your cost. So we now have a better understanding of the different licensing options and where to find the actual usage of the different apps. So this gives us a better possibility to optimize your cost for Power Apps. Okay, there is one more thing that we need to know before we can optimize, and that is the cost per the different licensing model. So the list pricing for Power Apps is for Power Apps Premium $20 per user per month. For Power App the per app license is $5 per user per month per app, because you can use one app or one page. And the pay-as-you-go model comes with a price of $10 per active user per month. So good to understand this, because then you think, okay, the per as-you-go model doesn't apply for me, right? Because it's $10, so it's compared to the premium is twice the money. It does make sense, because the pay-as-you-go will come without any commitment, where the Power Apps Premium and the per app plan comes with an annual commitment, or until your anniversary. So if you have an enterprise agreement, let's say you want to procure those licenses in March and your anniversary date is in June, then you don't buy it for an annual, so for a whole year, but you only have to pay for 3 months, because March you don't pay for if you procure after the 2nd of March, and then you have April, May and June that you pay the cost for. So you could be a little bit more flexible when in time in your enterprise agreement you buy these licenses, but otherwise it's a full annual subscription, and then the pay-as-you-go option makes sense in certain scenarios, but we will dive into that a little bit later. So then we know the costs. So based on the actual cost and the licensing options, you're now able to calculate your most cost-effective licensing solution by following the following questions. So first of all, is the app within the boundaries of Dynamics, Microsoft 365 or Office 365? If the answer is yes, then and you're not using any premium connectors, is the second question. And if the app is not using any on-premise or cloud services data transfers, and you don't have created any custom tables, then the answer is, and if the answer is no, then you are able to use the built-in rights for Power Apps for Dynamics, Microsoft 365 or Office 365. If the answer is yes, that means that you're using premium features or outside the built-in apps, then you need to procure one of the paid options and zoom into a little bit more additional questions. So the first one is the specific user using more than 4 apps? If that answer is yes, then procure a premium license. If that answer is no, then you're better off with the per app license for that specific user. Then the second question is, do you have seasonable users? And here's the pay-as-you-go model comes into play, because if you have seasonal workers and we're only using the app for 4 months, let's pick the Keukenhof here, for example, that's only open after winter and before summer, and so for 3-4 months. So those users are then only using a Power App for 4 months, in that case, the pay-as-you-go option is the more cost-effective option, because you only pay 4 times $10 is $40, and if you want to need to procure the premium license, then you need to do that 12 times 20 or 12 times $5 per user per month. So that's a valid option. The other one and the last question is, do you need scalable licensing solution where you can't predict the number of users? Also here the pay-as-you-go model could be as of help, because you don't want to pre-invest in thousands of premium licenses if you don't know the actual usage. What's that going to be? So maybe you want to start or mix and match the licenses, which you also can do, that buy 200 premium licenses and the rest go for pay-as-you-go. And then when you are a few months later in time, then you can change back the pay-as-you-go to a premium or a per app license to save additional costs. Hope this video was helpful for the explanation of the Power Apps. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the team or myself. And I see you next week in the Power Automate explanation of the licensing. Bye bye.